Hi and welcome to Ball Masters Football. We're back again with another video. Today we'll be discussing the Premier League Big Six, game week 7. The first team we'll be discussing is Liverpool and their first result in the Champions League, which was a 4-1 loss against Napoli. It was very poor from them. Again, conceding 3 goals in the first half, 4th goal coming in the 46th minute. What I would have thought would have been a reaction, a positive thing where they could possibly react to that poor performance and maybe bounce back in the Premier League. But unfortunately, due to the Queen's passing, all games were postponed. So, they had an opportunity against Ajax. They won the game 2-1, and I still wasn't really convinced with that performance, if I'm being honest. Unfortunately, they ain't going to have a Premier League game this weekend because, again, that game has been postponed. So, I still don't feel that they are back to their best, even though they did win the game. But there will be opportunities with the game being cancelled that Klopp can work with them and try and get them a little bit more organised and improving tactically on the pitch. The next team we'll be discussing is Chelsea. They lost the game 1-0, and as a result, Tuchel got sacked, and then in came Graham Potter, which was a good addition. Do I believe Tuchel should have got sacked? No, but you don't give someone 250 million to spend or whatever that figure was to then sack him within 7 days or so from the transfer window closing. I feel that he should have been given more time to be able to work with the players, and as well as bringing in the new players that he's brought in and work with them also. But again, the new owners have other ideas and they've sacked him and brought Graham Potter in. I'm happy for Graham Potter with the job at Chelsea, or even a job in the top 6, to be honest with you, because I think he's gone about it the long way in terms of going coaching abroad, then getting the opportunity to coach at Brighton, and then from there he's got the gig at Chelsea. So I think overall it's like a fairy tale, and plaudits to him, and I wish him all the very best at Chelsea. The other, which would have been even more of a fairy tale if he won his opening game of the Champions League, but again they've drew that game 1-1. But nonetheless, it's a start. It's a start for Graham Potter, and it's a process. It's going to take time for him to get to know the players, and slowly but surely get them playing the way that he wants them to play and put some performances together. So I think he's got the players at his disposal, but it's just now having to have the time to have him gel, understand his philosophy, and get that point across quickly. The next team is Man City. Their opening game in the Champions League, they won the game by 4 goals. Haaland scored 2. That was, at the time, was 12 goals. He scored, I believe it was yesterday, and now it's up to 13. So this guy's a goal machine. In that opening game, I thought 2 players that stood out for me was Foden and Kevin De Bruyne. I thought the game yesterday was fantastic. Again, coming from a goal down to win the game 2-1 and get the 3 points at the Haaland getting the goal against his old club at the death, was a great result for Man City and for Haaland as well. So this guy, I don't know how many goals he's going to score this season. I think if anyone got him on the fantasy, managed to pick him on the fantasy team, they're on to a winner. So I don't know how many he's going to score this season, but I know it's going to be easily in the 20s at the way he's going. It could be even in the 30s or 40s. So, he's really, really, really doing well. I think so long as he stays injury free, who knows how many this guy is going to score come the end of the season. But he's definitely on course for the Golden Boot for sure. Tottenham Hotspurs. Again, they had their opening game in the Champions League. Again, their game was a 2-0 win against Rich Arnoldsson. Obviously, Rich Arnoldsson scored the 2 goals, so I should say, sorry. Scored in the 76th minute again. A bit of a slow start. I think they should have really went at this team a little bit more aggressive, a bit more direct, especially playing at home. But nonetheless, they got their goal in the 76th minute, and they got their second goal immediately straight after. So I'm quite happy with Rich Arnoldsson. I quite like him as a player. I think he really, really, really plays his heart on his sleeve. He really doesn't really. The only thing you can maybe say he moans quite a bit, but other than that, his effort at times, is really, really good. And I think he's a good striker to have. The only problem is for Conte is who does he play? Does he play Kulusevski or does he play Rich Arnoldsson? So it's a big dilemma for him to have up top for Tottenham. And I just think for me, Tottenham need to start playing on the front foot and really going at teams from the start, especially when you're playing at home as well. Their second game in the Champions League, again, no games that weekend. They played the second game against Lisbon, and they lost that game 2-0. A very poor performance from them. Again, coming out slow again. This is what happens when you come out slow and you start the game quite poorly. You're going to get punished, and you wouldn't say that they had a B team out there or made the excuse, they got a B team. They had the strongest team, and there's no excuse. Lisbon was the better team on the day, and you just got to commend them for that. So, that's just my opinion on that. The next team is Arsenal. I know that from their previous game, they lost 3-1 to Manchester United. My concern going into this Brentford game is whether they will have their midfield sorted out in time, because I think that is an area where I thought we was very vulnerable, and defence as well, which would be my next thing that I was going to say on the list of things to discuss, is the defence. Do we need to shake it up? Maybe do we bring Ben White in the heart of defence? Maybe drop Gabriel, put Tomiyasu at right back. So there are opportunities to shake things up, or is he going to keep it consistent? They bounced back very well going into their first opening Europa League game, winning that game 2-1. Marquinhos was very good. My next question regarding that is, should Marquinhos start or should he feature in the game against Brentford? I thought he was very good in that game. I thought he took his goal very well. Lovely goal he scored. So any of your thoughts, any Arsenal fans, what's your thoughts? Should Marquinhos start or shouldn't he start? So if you could put a thumbs up for start or a thumbs down for on the bench. But yeah, I definitely feel that he should feature at some point. I don't see any reason why we shouldn't give him an opportunity to feature in some part of the game. Manchester United, moving on to Manchester United, again won 3-1. Surprisingly, they lost 1-0 against Real Sociedad. I didn't see that coming at all at home, especially playing at Old Trafford. I thought they would have just dominated. They had their strongest team as well. The good thing is that they're playing tonight, this evening, so I'm hoping that they will be able to bounce back and get some great performances under their belts as they have of late. And yeah, I was just more surprised of that loss, to be honest with you, because the way that they played against us, they've played against Liverpool at Old Trafford. They've been very, very good. So I was more so thinking that it'll be more of the same, but they've didn't get the 3 points. I don't know whether they've became complacent or what, but Sociedad's goal was quite good, to be honest. But it's nonetheless, it's something to bounce back from. So I expect them to win their next game easily this evening. So yeah, that'll be all for today's show. Please do like and subscribe if you like the video. And again, we're just glad to be back again doing more videos for you guys to watch. So please do look out for the next video and take care. Bye.